Okay, enough with the snow plowing for today. We're going to go downstairs and work on something else. All right, starting over here at milepost 0 at Hope, Arkansas. We got distracted with a little weathering on a Sioux Line boxcar. Here you can kind of tell the difference maybe. Our road is still here. Our test locomotives have been testing trackage here in Hope, which is almost complete. We need to do work in the staging area. We got a mock train with some auto parts cars out testing switches and other areas. Been playing with switch placement here at Hope to get the maximum trackage for the Frisco and the KCS LNA. This is our tie staining area for right now. Walking through Anthony here. We got a shipment from Dallas Model Works with our ties, switches from CVT Central Valley. These will be laid out using varnish to glue them down. We have all that we need. We also have our frogs from Details West. Again, passing through Pilgrim's Pride here. What we hope it will look like, huh? Done a lot of tie staining. Try to go a little slower here. This is kind of an older section. This is Herbert, where the gravel yard will be. Still kind of the same, not much work done here. This is IP Wood Yard, International Paper, Pulpwood Yard. And then down here is Ross and Jane's again. Pretty much nothing new here except for tie staining. The neat thing about the way we're staining ties is there's a lot of variations in shade and color. Hopefully the battery will last on this here phone. Coming around stamps, we got ties done, stained here. This is the interchange yard and main line. Coming around the corner. More ties stained. And we've laid a bunch of ties. We have not sanded these yet. That's the next project, sand these down so they're ready for staining. We've got an old school orbital sander that kind of does that. This is all new stuff. We did this a couple weeks ago. Coming around through some older ties. These have been here a little while. We expanded Lurch to get a little bit more of the chemical factory there. So there'll be a little bit more room for some of the actual plant. Coming down to the end of this section, we still haven't gotten our support post for the floor joist. That's one we got to replace right there with the 2x4s. We got to replace that. And then we come over here and we got to replace this one with a steel post or a steel pipe, 3-inch steel pipe to support the floor joist. We still have. All right, coming around. We'll do our 180 here. This will be railroad one day. Coming around to the Spring Hill side of things. What's that doing here? And of course our rough benchwork drawing. And the chaotic workbench. We're working on our crossing for Anthony. It's a 30-degree from Fast Tracks. Also have our jigs for ties. They're 3 feet long. Overbrook, Oklahoma, Santa Fe passing siding. And coming around the corner here, this is going to be the paper mill. I don't know if we can see our markings on the ground, but I've been marking things on the ground so I can kind of get a feel for where things are going to be located. Paper mill should be about 30 inches wide. And along here, this is Cullen. And this will be the yard for Cullen. That's what it'll look like. Got some risers in for the main line along here. And as you can see, our spline road bed is moving right along on this side of the railroad. Little town of Cotton Valley is going to be here. And then further down is where Cotton Valley Solvents is located. And then there's another distribution center at the other end of this passing siding, which starts right here. Big tank car facility, lots of tank cars, hopefully. The siding was called Dason, and then the other part of the siding was called Treat. They were all in the same location. Treat was the location for pulpwood and oil distribution. Coming around, this is where Dorcheap Bayou Bridge is going to be. It's not quite as big as I want it to be, but it's going to be a main feature right here, crossing a big swampy area. And coming around over here, this is where Dorcheap Passing Siding starts, which was about 10 miles outside of Minden. Coming around the corner, work our way into the north side of Minden, which is kind of a little industrial park. There's a bulk oil facility right here. Then our cement plant and Dresser Magabar are all in this location. And over here, we're going to have kind of a Y represented in this area. And then there's a Lone Star feed and a furniture distribution center here. That's what we're looking at building over here. The Perryman Lime is probably going to be there. That's there where the old passenger station used to be. I'd like to still build the passenger station and put it there. We'll see how that goes. Here's our turntable. We'll have 3-track engine facility here for servicing locomotives and local power. And then our yard. And most of this area is going to be the shops, which were very large. Lots of buildings, power plant, machine shop. Very large facility that the LNA built back in 1923, that is. We have this building built already, ready to go. We just need to do the little yard office. Got everything cut out, just haven't put it together yet. Some photographs of the shop area from Google. The buildings are still there. However, the freight house, which is this building, is no longer there. More photos of Minden. We've got some ties down here at Minden. Our scale templates, that's those rolls in the back, was my first mapping out of how things were going to be here at Minden. Need to get some homosoak cut to work on yard trackage. That's one thing I need to do. Some ties stained and some not for different colors. And off we go into staging. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Subscribe and share.